We are underway, and Juricin on the ball early. Plays it out to McCormack. Plays that straight over the head of Bidwell. Simon Mackinock is an interesting figure out there with his blonde hair and little ponytail, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. Colourful character. Let's hope he's not troubling our penalty area anytime soon.
Harley Dean and Shane Stokowski absolutely superb up at Wolves in the week. Ball's play forward up to Mackinock. Ball bounces once, Stokowski deals with it well, plays it to Diagouraga. Now out to Swift, just inside the Charlton half. Here's Judge, who's been in exceptional form recently. Plays it down the line to Bidwell, looking for the run of Juricin, who that was a well-angled pass by Bidwell, Mark, because it didn't quite reach the box, so the keepers had to come out and play it. Gives Brentford a good position to throw the ball in deep up the pitch.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it's good to see us gaining territory almost immediately. Just a minute gone now.
We have to just lean up here. You're a bit taller than me, Mark.
Not the best press box here at Charlton, I must admit. And I must admit, people in glass houses, so I shouldn't criticise too much.
Brentford, you've got an excellent position, no doubt about that. It's just you need to be about 5 stone to fit in it properly, unfortunately. Here's Charlton on this right-hand side with Chris Solly, one club man. Ball back to Solly. We are the opposite side of the cameras at around 11 o'clock on the front row in the middle tier, and we have to sort of lean up to watch the over to watch the touchline. Challenged by McCormack in the midfield. It's won back by Charlton. Ball played down the left-hand side. Chance here early on. Can't get a shot in there. And it's Ryan Woods looks to clear it. Plays it against Morgan Fox, with a bright start from the Addicks there.
Yeah, absolutely. They're streaming forward. Only 2 minutes gone so far, but apart from that foray about a minute ago, we've struggled to get a foothold in the game.
Locals getting behind their team. The atmosphere pretty good here. There is a drummer in the ground though, Mark.
Yeah, that's -5 points for
Absolutely.
me. I don't know what Kieran's opinion on that is.
FA Cup first round. That's the only place drummers should be.
Yes. Yanaris with a throw down the right-hand side, just bypasses Judge. Drumming at football grounds. Where do you stand on it? Send your messages into Kieran.
Presumably you stand on the drum.
Well, that would be the best place, right in the middle of it. Diagouraga plays it forward. Juricin can't quite outpace the centre-back. Sorry, Mark.
No, let's keep it clean. Supporters and media. I've never understood them.
No, I must admit it's something that's come into football, and but there's not a lot you can say about it when you see the national team though at Wembley. There's always a drum.
Don't get me started on that. An official band for an international game. Good grief. The game's gone, Mark.
Well, when we start to see Mexican waves at Griffin Park, then we really are in trouble. Fortunately, that's not the case yet. Here is Watt bursting down the right-hand side. Good ball into the box. First chance for the game here, and it's put wide. That was an excellent opportunity on the far side. He can't believe it. Frank Musa, he's tried to beat Button away to his left. What a gilt-edged opportunity for Musa.
Yeah, absolutely. That should have been 1-0. Absolutely no question about that. Tarkowski lost his boot on the right-hand side as Charlton were advancing. It was all set up. I mean, to be honest, you get that on target, it goes in.
Corner flag. Yanaris takes it quickly back to Woods, halfway inside the Charlton half. He comes infield, short pass to Swift, dinks it over the top, looking for McCormack. And it's cleared upfield. And there's a good run down the left-hand side there by Tony Watt. Watt on the ball. He's got Goodmanson in the box on the far post, and it's played all the way across here to the big blonde striker Mackinock, but he can't quite keep it in play. And then he nearly did a somersault over the advertising hoarding.
He did so well to get over the advertising hoarding and not crash into it, and then almost crashed into it on the way back.
Yeah.
Gave Brentford fans a good laugh anyway.
Nice ball by Swift out to McCormack. Waved play on. There was a foul on Swift. Here's Juricin, tries to play it with the outside of his boot to Ryan Woods. Comes back to Swift, who will now find Woods in that position on the right wing. Yanaris makes a run, but he comes back to Swift just outside the box. Swift gets his head down, plays a little dink ball to Juricin. Juricin tries to thread it back through, gets a ricochet, tries a shot from an acute angle, and it's deflected away for a Brentford throw. Woods takes it quickly. Here's Judge on the ball. 20 yards outside the box. It's played out quickly, probably fizzed it out a little bit too quickly, in fairness to Ryan Woods, who can't control it. It's gone away for a throw, but 2 yards from the corner flag. Bright football again. We're seeing what we did at Wolves the other night, try and play short passes and be patient with our build-up and just try and thread that killer pass through. But the ball has made its way upfield here. Now it's Charlton are breaking again, and it's a good run through the centre. Here's Goodmanson, chance here, saved by Button, and it's put away behind for a corner by Harley Dean, who's just didn't get the shout there. There was plenty of time, no one was following him for Charlton, but a couple of good runs. A lovely run away to the left by Johan Goodmanson. The ball was played into him, but Button, good positioning, was quite way off his line and made the target smaller. Yeah,
it wasn't a great shot that came in, to be fair, but the pace was that's going to be something that's going to be frightening the two Brentford centre-backs this afternoon.
Yeah, they do look as if they've got some speed up front. Looks like it's going to be a good game here this afternoon. 9 minutes gone. Here's Watt brings the ball away, and it just catches the back of Ryan Woods, but Woods regains his composure, keeps going, and a slide tackle comes in from Patrick Bower, which the Addicks fans like. Alan McCormack didn't, and he let Stuart Atwell know what he thinks of that.
Well, I don't think he was too happy with Ryan. He basically was saying to him just there, you need to talk to me before you're going to pass it, because it just left him a little bit exposed.
Well, cushion header back there by Harley Dean, nearly beat David Button. That's why you've heard a few oohs and ahs in the background, but Button was alert to it, and he rolls it out to the edge of his box to Tarkowski. Gets it back, not the best clearance from Button. Brentford under pressure, ball back into the box, shot across goal, and only just past from Tony Watt, and Brentford nearly self-imploding at the back there, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. Not much communication going on between the centre-backs and the goalkeeper there. Series of poor passes that were really unforced as well, errors.
Well, you were saying the other night how good the decision making was from Brentford, and that was quite the contrary there. Poor decisions from the start. Don't need to play the short ball there. Back to the keeper, putting him under pressure, doesn't clear it too far. Ball into the box. Tony Watt, literally, we've got a great view of it, no more than 6 inches past that far post. Would have been a gift had Charlton scored. Charlton could and certainly should have scored early on through Musa, and probably should be ahead in the game.
Yeah, Button basically was just trying to calm everything down there. That was why you got the big boots upfield we've just seen there. Just thought we'd not have a repeat of these short goal kicks. We play from the back, that's how we do it. That's how we've done it for quite a while now. But David was keen to get the ball up in the opposition half.
Ball back in play, and once again they're breaking through the centre. Here is Jackson. Jackson out to Fox on the far side, up towards the edge of the penalty area. Morgan Fox down to the byline, crosses it, but crosses it behind, tries to fool the referee, appealing for a corner, but wasn't going to catch him out. Brentford fans away to our right. Well, header into the box there from Yanaris. Tony Watt couldn't capitalise. It's launched upfield by Harley Dean, headed back by Patrick Bower. Up towards Jurichin. Judge can't quite get a touch on it. And McCormack, well, he's done well there. He's dispossessed in the midfield. He won the ball back there off Jordan Cousins, but it's cleared upfield. Kieran, Charlton looking the better team.
They are looking the better side in the first 15 minutes. Obviously, with the run they've been on, the worry for them is they've had 3 very good chances in these opening 15 minutes, especially the one from Musa. You don't take those chances, and football has a way of biting you when you're on the run that they're on, and hopefully from our point of view that comes true again today.
Well, Judge has left that for McCormack. Brentford attacking in. Nice dummy by Diaga. Loves the ball, leaves the ball out to Bidwell. Bidwell crosses to the far post. Ryan Woods has pulled away, volleys it back inside, and Brentford win their first corner of the afternoon. The Beast fans away to our right now in good voice. We've got something to cheer. 0-0 here at the Valley, but Charlton have been the better team. If you're just joining us, Frank Musa missed an absolutely gilt-edged chance in the first 5 minutes to put the Addicks ahead. We've had the better of the game, but haven't been able to score. Kieran makes a very good point. When you're low on confidence, you've got to put those early chances away. Here is Judge, takes the corner, it's drilled in away to the far post. On the volley is Juracin pulling away. Tarkowski with a good chance there, just 7 yards out. Tried to head it into the far corner, but he looped it up over the bar mark.
The only issue that Tarkowski had with that was there was no pace on the ball because of the deflection it taken. He had to try and put all the pace on it himself.
Interesting routine though, Juracin pulling all the way out to the far post. That was obviously a planned move. Now here's Judge once again, plays the ball through. Can Juracin get there first? So nearly got there, just 6 inches away from being through on goal. Here is Swift. Swift wins it back, and he's helped out by McCormack, who finds Woods. Now Brentford getting on top here. Ball played into the box by Woods. It's headed away by Patrick Bauer. Comes back to Ryan Woods, who plays a short ball to Swift. Swift back out to Yenaris. Then back away from the penalty area to McCormack, who plays it wide to Yenaris. Down to the byline is Woods. This is promising. Good ball into the box. Cuts it back to Judge. He misses it. McCormack has a go left footed just over the bar. Good effort there from McCormack. That wasn't far off hitting the back of the net, Mark.
No, it wasn't indeed. That was only a few yards over. Just watching the replay now. So McCormack's around 25 yards out there, 23, 25 yards out. Wasn't too far over the bar. Much better last 5 minutes from Brentford.
Yes.
Swift is, I mean, there was a challenge he won there. He had no right to win. And he just used it through his technique rather than his actual bulk. He looks so comfortable on the ball this afternoon.
Can we keep him, Mr. Marino, please?
Well, it's an incredible amount of players they've got out on loan, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Mourinho might want him back. Chelsea are 1-0 down at West Ham.
I've seen that, yes. It's that man who's getting all the goals, Zarate, for them. There's McCormack. Plays the ball out to Bidwell. Brentford having a good spell here. Bidwell halfway inside the Charlton half. Goes square to McCormack. And Tony goes square to Judge. There's a lot of space for Woods, who's staying tight to that touchline on the far side. We find Yenaris instead, back inside to Judge. He sees Bidwell in a bit of space. Bidwell heads it back across goal. Here's Juracin back to goal, trying to get on his left foot. Goes for goal. It was on target. Comes back to him again. He finds Bidwell. That was a good block there by Charlton, because when that left his boot, Mark, I thought was heading into the far corner.
No, absolutely. He seems to have this knack of trying to... He's very good at finding space in order to get a shot away. And that was a perfect example. And then if the block hadn't have been there, that would have been a shot on target for sure.
He's a clever player, is Juracin. Throw down the line for Charlton. It's won back by Tarkowski. Helped on. Yenaris just flicks it back. And Woods mops up at the back to Button. Button goes short to Tarkowski. Tarkowski has to stretch. He's under a bit of pressure. Plays it back to Button. No, good pass now. Bit of space for the Brentford custodian to bring this out to the edge of the box, and goes long down the centre of the park to Juracin. Next ball's picked up by Judge. He's got Swift with him. The Judge still going into the box now. Down the left-hand side. Goes for goal himself. Parried out. Here's McCormack. Oh, they've got in each other's way. McCormack and Juracin. Juracin would have been better to leave it for him. And McCormack is just saying to Juracin, why didn't you leave that for me? I'm facing goal. And Macca is 100% right.
Yeah, I've got to say he is. I wouldn't like to be in the middle of one of Alan's rants, I must admit.
Well, it was good shot by Judge, who had a go, and it was just parried out by Henderson. He didn't control it well first time, Juracin. He tried to get to the rebound, but McCormack was much better placed. That probably is a good chance each, and the ball breaks up the other end. Here's Charlton with Watt. Good run into the area. Musa hits it, plays it across, and then he turns the big man up front, Simon Mackinac, the big blonde striker, and puts it 25 yards over the bar. But you have to say, could easily be one apiece.
Yeah, absolutely. Good little spell here from Brentford. Certainly got their a little bit of their confidence back in terms of getting some short passes together, some good movements going forward.
Here's Ryan Woods on the far side. Back to Judge. Now here's McCormack.
I think McCormack would love to score here. He gets the bird all the time, being a former Charlton player. I don't think his spell went down well with the Charlton fans.
Well, he's had a go a couple of times already, and here's Bidwell. Great ball in the box by Bidwell. Will it come back to a Brentford player? Comes back to Judge. One touch, edge of the box, down to the byline. Tries to dink it over to the far post. He's appealing for a corner, but it is a goal kick.
Previously, I think if he'd have got into that position before, prior to this season, he would just look to have checked or turned back or seen another option. We're definitely going to see a Jake Bidwell goal this season.
You've heard it here first from Mark Chapman, and you have to say he's getting in the chances. Keep knocking on the door, and finally it'll open. Ball played down the left channel. That's a good one, but well dealt with by Yennaris. Only breaks to Simon Mackinock though. On the edge of the box for Charlton. Plays it back to Musa. Musa with those white boots goes for goal, and it's a good one to the near post, and Button just about saves it from going from behind. It's a good game here. 24 minutes gone, halfway through the first half. What's the thoughts of Mark Chapman?
More impressive from Brentford. Just a foul on Tarkowski there. 25 minutes in, we've been a much better team in the last 10 minutes. We've been forcing the pace, and let's hope we can get that opening soon.
Here's Judge on the right hand side, leaves it for Yennaris, who plays it back to Judge 10 yards over the halfway line, comes back to Alan McCormack. And McCormack gone close with a rasping shot just over the bar, and then probably would have hit the back of the net had Jurichin not insisted on having the shot to it when it spun back off Jurichin in the first instance. He was going away from goal. If he'd left it for McCormack, I think Brentford would have been 1-0 up. Judge into the box. There's a chance for the header, and there is the first goal of the afternoon. And it's the first Brentford goal for Jonathan Swift, who coasted in and headed it into the right corner of the goal, away to Stephen Henderson's right. Brilliant bullet header, but the quality of the cross was absolutely sublime.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, you just got to hope when the ball comes in, the quality's so good that you've got a Brentford body in there who's got, I mean, it's a simple chance. All he's got to do is, he doesn't even have to go at it too much, because he can use the pace of the ball to come in, and absolutely no chance there for Henderson.
Absolutely superb goal. What a cross into the box though, and Jonathan Swift, or John Swift, he's up and running. And that's what we felt was needed today. Get the first goal. Let's see if Charlton can react to that. They had been the better team for the first 15 minutes, but Brentford it'd been coming, this goal.
It had been. We'd been eventually encroaching forward and forward, and very pleasing to see that. Good finish, good football.
Good touch on there in the midfield by McCormack, and there's Alan Judge trying to do his performing seal act there and bounce the ball up 3 times using his head as well, and Brentford play their way out of trouble nicely. Diagoraga spins the ball into Ryan Woods. We've seen a lot of the ball early on. Swift, the goal scorer, is free on this left hand side, and it finds him by Diagoraga. Swift going through here, plays it to Woods. Woods just beaten to it by Johnny Jackson.
And you can sense immediately the mood, the atmosphere around him has changed from those first 15-20 minutes where Charlton looked quite bright. All of a sudden they're behind, and you can see misplaced passes, there's boos, there's groans, and all you can hear is the Brentford fans away to our right. And it's almost, if you'd have given Lee Carsey a game plan in the first 25 minutes, that was it.
Absolutely. You made a very good point earlier, Kieran, about the chances that have got to be put away by teams when you're not confident, and that's what happened early on when they missed that gilt-edged opportunity by Frank Musa. Brentford on the ball again. Nice ball into the box. Here's Swift again. Can he get his second? Down to the byline. He's gone a little bit wide. Tries to cut the ball back, and he's put behind for another Brentford corner. Brentford well on top now.
Yeah, looking good so far. And I was just thinking at one point, wow, I mean, we can get a second straight away. That really will put us in the box seat.
Judge coming over to take it. Yes, you can feel the nerves around Charlton as the just a little bit of rain drizzling down out there, and the Brentford fans in very, very good voice, and the top tier of the stand away to our right enjoyed that goal. Terrific goal from Swift. Won't be his last, hopefully, as well. Here comes the corner from Judge. It's into the box. It's flapped at by the keeper. Comes back to McCormack. He spreads it back to Yennaris, who goes wide to Judge again. Gets it on his right foot, tries to play into the box. He can't beat Solly, and it's launched downfield by Musa, but it'll be retrieved by Alan McCormack. He's got a lot of time to turn. Diagoraga just goes all the way back to David Button. Button plays out to his left-hand side. There's Judge and Bidwell linking up, but it's won back by Charlton. Cousins has a rare touch of the ball. Not been seeing too much of him in the game so far. Goodmanson plays it back to Cousins again. Tony Watts come a little bit deep. Plays it to their captain, Johnny Jackson. It's given away rather cheaply on the far side, and You just sense that the Charlton crowd are just getting quieter and quieter, and all you can hear, Mark, are the Bees fans away to our right.
No, that's
Earlier, I'd seen Wolves had taken the lead against Middlesbrough, which after what we saw the other day was surprising, but stamping the form here, that's all good news. Ball out to the far side for Charlton. Brentford won't want to concede going into the last 3 minutes of the first half. Here's Cousins, 25 yards outside the box, gets it wide to Chris Solly. Solly up towards Watt, back to Solly again, and back to Watt, and Solly's round the back of Swift, cuts the ball back nicely. Goodmanson gets it to Jackson. Jackson, the ball's cleared on the volley, and it's basically come to McCormack in the end, and he can get it to Judge, and Judge can find Jurichin. Jurichin almost alone, just Judge there on the right hand side. Jurichin finds Judge, leaves it for McCormack on the volley. What a shot! Oh, so unfortunate, rattles the bar and comes back out. Incredible effort there from McCormack. He got the call there. I'm going to have a go for this. Pretty well the same spot as he was before. We thought it was going to bounce back off the top of the bar and over the line, but it's come back into play. Brentford so unlucky there not to be 2-0 up. What a shot there from McCormack. Here's Woods, 20 yards outside the box, plays it to Swift, back to Woods again. It's chipped over, solid to Bidwell. Bidwell crosses it. It deflects up and away over the Charlton defence, and Megan Fox can clear. What a fortunate passage of play there for Charlton. Brentford should have been 2-0. Sorry, Megan, did I say Megan Fox?
You did indeed. We don't want your taste on the commentary. Let's just concentrate on the football, Mark.
She's a good player, though.
You were just astounded by that shot there from McCormack. I think it's thrown you off balance. I've never known a ground just went, ooh, in unison. It was the home fans as well.
It was a brilliant strike from McCormack. And he ran up to it, determined to hit it. Didn't have to think about it twice. She is nice, Megan Fox, I will say. Oh, Diagoraga makes a mistake in the midfield. It's picked up by Jackson. Jackson plays it in field to Goodmanson, who plays it out to the far side. There's a bit of space for Musa. Not a good touch by Musa. He's not had a good first half. Plays it back to Morgan Fox. Inside to Goodmanson. Goodmanson just outside the box, comes to Jackson. Brentford can't get hold of this one. Goodmanson down the line. Cross comes into the box, headed away by Harley Dean. Yanaris trying to stop it going behind for a corner, does well. Finds Judge, and Judge just dinks it upfield looking for Jurichin back defending. Does a nice touch from Jurichin, and Brentford play their way out of trouble well. Jurichin can hold the ball up here, but he's dispossessed there by Cousins. Gets it to Goodmanson. We've got 20 seconds left of this first half plus time added on. But the ball's now back in the Charlton half with Naby Sarr. McCormack has just tangled there with Goodmanson and just come across each other. And we are up to the end of the first 45, and up goes the board for an additional 2 minutes. Fox plays the ball into the box. Bidwell heads it away, only as far as Cousins. Now Goodmanson back to Cousins again, being forced back to the halfway line. Here's Chris Solly. Patrick Bauer goes across midfield to Naby Sarr. Johnny Jackson with the ball on the halfway line. Inside to Musa. Musa into square to Cousins. He's got Solly on this right hand side, but first of all he finds Bauer, who then brings the ball out to Solly. Brentford keeping their shape well. McCormack trying to close down Gudjohnsen. Ball played into the box, and that will be left by Harley Dean. Gets the call from his keeper David Button. In no hurry to pick this ball up, just trying to run down time coming up to the half-time whistle. Button just launches this one upfield. Stuart Atwell in no hurry to blow his whistle at the moment. Should be about 30 seconds left, but Swift picks the ball up 15 yards outside the Charlton box, plays it short to Judge, then back to McCormack, who's gone close. Well, he could have had a hat-trick in the first half, Mark, if things had gone his way. Rasping shot that's hit the bar, very unfortunate there. Bidwell plays it down the line to Swift back to Judge, then back to Bidwell. We're up to the 2 minutes. Here's Swift back to Diagouraga, back inside to Swift, then back to Bidwell. The locals are not liking this. We feel and sense there's going to be a booing of their team at half-time, which we're probably going to hear any second. Stuart Atwell's taken one look at the watch. The Olays are now from the Brentford fans away to our right. That's Brentford keeping possession. Here's Diagouraga, no hurry. He's played a poor ball across field, and it's been picked up by Mackinnon up towards the edge of the box, and Diagouraga can play that fortuitously back to David Button. That is the half-time whistle there. Ryan Woods to Jurichin to Swift helps it on to Bidwell on the charge up towards the edge of the box. This is promising, plays it inside, nearly comes to Jurichin, but Patrick Bauer just gets his head in way first. Here's McCormack. Brentford fans cry shoot. He's had 2 goes today, hit the woodwork the last time, rattled the woodwork, still nearly shaking. Ball into the box from Woods, no one attacking it from Brentford. Comes to the edge of the box, Tamani, will he have a shot? No, he's trying to get down to control first, and Charlton can now get the ball wide. You still confident, Kieran?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
You are?
We are, yeah.
Good man.
So we just had a couple of tweets come in to hashtag Brentford FC. Mark Ackery is predicting a 3-1 Brentford win today, and Stranded in Cheshire says he thinks could do with another Jurichin goal. Feels that if he gets another today, you could see the real Jurichin goal, a scoring run.
Well, let's hope so. Cheshire's not a bad place to be stranded in. You've been there, Mark, haven't you, Cheshire?
Yeah,
I mean, apart from football, it's a lovely place.
Depends which part of Cheshire, I think. Not.
Could be the posh part. Button taking his time here. Stuart Atwell just giving the sign to hurry up. Probably only get away with one of those. Solly has headed that against Swift, and it's come back off Swift for a throw. But he's done well there as James Tarkowski to just get his head across Watt there and win a throw for Brentford. Just trying to see out what Charlton can throw at us in the early stages here in the second half. 51 minutes gone. It's still Charlton 0, Brentford 1. No changes from Charlton. The only change in the first half is Morgan Fox became Megan Fox for a while, but that was just minor. Now Charlton breaking through, and McCormack in with a good challenge in the midfield, and he wins it back. Here's Ryan Woods just inside his own half, spreads it wide to Yanaris getting forward. Jurichin makes a run, Judge gets involved. Judge, nice little step over, plays it back to Yanaris, but I think if Yanaris had gone for that, it would have been offside. It's played back against Yanaris and then rebounds to Cousins. Cousins chips it forward, doesn't get it past Diagouraga, and McCormack will win this in the midfield. Gets it back to Tarkowski, who casually and calmly gets it into the path of Diagouraga. The roars you're hearing in the back is a frustration from the local fans here. This is just what we want, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just pressuring Charlton fans, Charlton players to just long-range passes into the middle of nowhere, really. The tempo is definitely with us at the present time.
Tarkowski going on one of those trademark runs up over the halfway line, plays it to Swift. Swift turns nicely, gets the right side, just gets a nudge in the back there from Jackson. Swift looks at the referee, and Stuart Atwell didn't want to know. I think that was a mistake. Now he's and that time he does give the foul for Sarr. Was their 7th signing of the summer at the start of the season. Here's Patrick Bauer. Bauer gets it wide to Solly.
I think that's a disappointing thing for Charlton fans. They've seen 20 players leave in the summer, and they've had a few come in, but no performance increase.
Here's Button brings the ball away from Golding, has to clear it, and he does. It's a good pass in the end. He slips over whilst doing so, but he finds Bidwell. Bidwell to Swift. Bidwell still makes an overlap on the left hand side. Here's Judge. Judge tried to thread a pass through to Swift. Good defending from Charlton, but Judge picks it up again and chips it over Goodmanson out to Bidwell. Here's Swift again in the box. Nice 1-2. Dink back by Jurichin. On the half volley from Jurichin, 3 yards over the bar. Brentford are looking close to getting that second mark.
Yeah, we're just turning up the pressure a little bit in front of the travelling Brentford support.
Super Brentford now ringing out from the Brentford fans away to our right. I would say a good third of our crowd today, if not half actually, in second thoughts, are in that top tier. McCormack is nutmegged in the midfield, looks to win the ball back, and he does. The referee was playing an advantage though. And I would say Alan McCormack is on the verge of the next one. Maybe picking up another yellow. Now the Charlton fans are getting behind their side again. Fox plays it into the box, but Tarkowski heads it away. Comes to Jackson. Oh, great challenge by Tarkowski as what was trying to break through. Now here's Judge. It's 4 against 4 at the moment. Here's McCormack up towards the edge of the box, goes back to Judge again. He's gone wide, comes back in the box on his right foot, goes for a corner. What a fantastic goal by Alan Judge! He's curled it into the bottom corner of the net, beats Henderson away to his left, and Brentford get the second goal they need. On 55 minutes, it's Brentford 0, Charlton nil, Brentford 2. Getting myself excited.
Oh wow, that's absolute gold from Alan Judge. You saw him shape up to take the shot, and you knew it was going in. This is the form of Alan Judge we've got at the moment, playing the best football of his Brentford career, we could argue, at the moment. And what a fantastic finish.
Yeah, it was. The Brentford fans are bouncing around. They're making a substitution, Charlton. Desperate measures for them. They're bringing on Gudjichan, and they have taken off the big blonde striker, Simon Mackinock, who wasn't making much of an impact. Sorry about that. Eats into the clock, you'd hope a little bit. Lovely flick there by Jurichin, but he was just half a yard offside mark. It's been confident football from Brentford. Here's the substitute. Gudjichan out to this left-hand side. Shot comes in, parried away by David Button. Conor McAleny with the shot. The substitute. Here's Solly. Solly gets a shot. It's closed down by Alan McCormack. Brentford not out of danger yet. Now ball spread wide. Here's Fox on this left-hand side. McAleny makes himself available. Here's Cousins. Cousins is closed down by Jurichin, who's working very hard, running all the channels when needed. Judge challenging Johnny Jackson in the midfield. Now here's Bauer. Bauer over the halfway line out to Solly on the far side. Goodmanson on the ball. Jackson and spreads it wide, but it's only on the halfway line here, just inside the Brentford half. Then too strong a pass there on the far side, but from Naby Sarr. Just don't want to allow Charlton to get any momentum going now, Mark. No,
absolutely. I think the key now is keeping another clean sheet, keeping that going.
David Button McCormack will definitely be one of the candidates for man of the match. Oh, Tarkowski taking a bit of a risk at the back, but does well. It
wasn't a great option for Button to give it to him because he was constricted in his options in passing, Tarky there.
Look at the difference there in the two teams. McCormack wanted that ball, 3 players around him up towards the edge of the box, tries to flick it back to Alan Judge. Really disappointed there because he knows who was in a good option was Judge, and he's also saying, I know I had Jurichin at the far post as well. We win a corner though, but that typifies Brentford, the difference between Charlton and Brentford this afternoon. Alan McCormack had no right to win that.
Yeah, it's a will to win. You know, you've got it. You're going into these 60-40 or 40-60 challenges. You've got to be committed, and Charlton have been way short of that.
Here comes another corner from Judge. This is whipped into the far post, and it's caught well by Stephen Henderson, who's looking for options. He just seems to nudge over Jurichin. Jurichin's going to get the bird even more from the crowd, I would think. Now he did go to deck. He shrugs at the linesman. If say, did you not see that? Surely it's a penalty. But there's not a lot in it. Judge picks the ball up again. Charlton look as if they've folded to me, Mark. I hate to say it too soon, but they really do. This is one-way traffic now. Here's Judge. Judge only has Jurichin in the box, goes for the far corner. Nearly scored himself, but Henderson deals with that well. We're not seeing much fight in the moment from Charlton, but anything can happen. One back and the whole game can just change in an instant, and Brentford were attacking once again there, but the referees had to stop play because there's a head injury here on this near side. Tony Watt is down. Here's Jackson just inside his own half. Plays another long ball up towards the edge of the box. It's headed away. Comes to Kirschbaumer, then helped on by Bidwell, away from goal up towards the halfway line, one back by Vibe. Vibe into the path of Kirschbaumer. Kirschbaumer still going, gets round Bauer on the left hand side, has to check back, hasn't quite got the pace to get round everyone, holds the ball up nicely, then plays it back to McCormack. He can spin it wide to Woods if he wants to find him on this near side, which he does, level with the penalty area almost, goes down, round past his man, still going Woods, needs a good cross into the box. Oh, it's a delicious one into that famous cliche, the corridor of uncertainty, just ahead of the goalkeeper, but no one coming in there, Mark Chapman.
Yeah, that's a little bit of faith, lack of faith there on Woods' teammates. They didn't think he was going to whip in across, I don't think, so they weren't making any forward runs. You've got to gamble. Shearer always tell you, you've got to get in the box, otherwise you're not going to score those, but that was a beautiful crossover. Charlton defences at 6s and 7s there.
Yanaris on this right hand side. Queen's Park Rangers limbering up for their cup final next Friday by taking a 2-goal lead against MK Dons. Harley Dean goes back to David Button, and that's the most David Button's had to move in this second half. And Button plays it out to Bidwell on the far side. Tarkowski goes down the left channel looking for the run of Vibe, but it's just gone out of play first near the halfway line. We're into the 80th minute now. Brentford will be looking for a third to make it a very special afternoon. Vibe does win the ball back for Brentford, and Kirschbaumer tries to find Judge, but it's ended back with Cousins. Cousins to Naby Sarr. Gets it wide to Fox. Over comes Harley Dean. Headed out for a throw for Charlton, halfway inside the Brentford half. It's thrown all the way back to Sarr, who slices that one, doesn't get too much purchase on it. Strong header by Woods up towards Vibe, comes back towards Woods again, but McElhaney is back there retrieving the ball deep inside his own half though. One back by Judge, then Yanaris in with a strong challenge, helped forward by Jackson. And now here's Jackson again. It's a good cross into the box, and it is to the far post. It's eluded everybody, and it's going to be picked up by Solly on that far post. It's actually the substitute Gucciantad on the ball instead. He's crossing it to the far post. No one there for Charlton. This will be easily picked up by Judge. Judge just plays it to Woods. Woods has got a lot of time to launch this one upfield, telling Vibe to run down that right channel. The ball's played back towards Henderson. He's going to struggle to deal with it. He's going to have to head it, and he's done well in the end. Henderson heads it back over Vibe to Sarr, who can get his team out of trouble this time and launch it downfield. Over comes Harley Dean to win it. Judge will make this his. Nice little cushion pass to Woods, who controls it nicely. Woods has just fitted in with the Brentford way of playing absolutely superbly. Now here's Diagaraga, nice switch of play out to this right hand side to find Woods. Little cushion pass back to Judge. Beautiful football once again. The Olays will be going up in a minute. They are indeed now. And here's McCormack. McCormack tries to get the ball inside to Judge, but wins a free kick instead. Frustration continues here, Mark, for Charlton.
Yeah, it's just afternoon's going from bad to worse, isn't it, really, for Charlton. Funny enough, that was their best move of the second half just a couple of minutes ago there. Some good passing movements, but if this was a boxing match, this would have been stopped a long time ago.
It would. Just inflicting more pain on Charlton, and you do wonder if Brentford can get this third goal. Tarkowski staying back. Harley Dean goes forward for this free kick. It's 20 yards inside the Charlton half, 30 yards in from the touchline. This one's whipped into the far post. It's too heavy there from Alan Judge, who looks annoyed with himself, puts up his right arm and apologises to the team. That's going to be a goal kick to be taken by Stephen Henderson. Is there a fire drill from the Brentford fans taunting the addicts? There's Harley Dean with a header just outside his own penalty area. Ball's gone high, picked up by Goodmanson and spread out to this left hand side to Fox. Fox still with the ball, tries to cross it, comes to McElhaney. McElhaney back to Fox again. cross it. I'll see one of the wags behind me. Here's Jackson, edge of the box. Little bit of space here. Goodmanson crosses it to the far post. Oh, and McElhaney nearly had a chance to have a shot. Goodmanson drills it for the top corner, but there's Button, knows his angles, knows that's going over, and leaves it. And that's been the best effort of the second half for Charlton.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's not really good enough, is it, for the Charlton board, supporters, or even indeed themselves? They've been very much second best this afternoon. Let's not take it away from Brentford, though. We've gone out there and we've played a good game. I mean, good performance.
And Kieran made a very good point, which looks like it's going to come off. You have to take your chances when your team's struggling, and Musa's gift really in the fourth minute, where it should have put the 1-0 up. They missed that. Had a good spell after that, but once Brentford got a foothold in the game, it's really been one-way traffic.
And you can imagine how much of a lift and how much of a different valley it would have been if Musa could have put them ahead so early on in the game, and how different it would have been for Brentford and the fans.
Good work at the back.
Oh, brilliant.
Good challenge from Bidwell, though.
He gave himself far too much time there, the Charlton forward. It was great stuff there by Bidwell, tracking back.
Here's Jackson, 20 yards outside the box, spreads it wide to Fox. Fox drills it diagonally across the box, looking to get a shot in. Bidwell's going with his man, though. Fox again. Whips a good ball into the far post, headed away by Tarkowski, and then Judge is there first, just dinks it over the head of Goodmanson, and he's away. Judge on this right-hand side. He plays it to the far post, looking for Vibe. What a great ball that is, to the edge of the box. Vibe, can he switch feet quickly? This could be the third. Vibe with it, and it is! He beats the keeper, and there's the third goal of the afternoon. It's Lassie Vibe making Brentford's afternoon complete. It's looking like it's going to be reverse of the scoreline last season. It's Charlton 0, Brentford 3.
Well, if you include added on time, we've got about 10 minutes, and I wouldn't put it past us to put another one. That is Charlton's misery absolutely complete, and that's a signal for thousands, and I do mean thousands, of Charlton fans to get up out of their seat and head for the exits.
Yeah, there is. I would say, looking at it here, this is no exaggeration at all, Kieran Brett. A good 30% of the crowd are up and off.
Yeah, you can. The number of empty red seats in front of us is growing by the seconds. You can see people piling, streaming up. And again, another wonderful counter-attack from Brentford. What a ball from Judge across there. I mean, it's not been a bad game for Allen. Two assists and a goal.
Well, free kick 5 yards from the corner flag, a yard in from the touchline on that far side, the side where the cameras are planted. This one's whipped in by Judge to the far post. There's a header again to the near post from Harley Dean, trying to beat Stephen Henderson away to his left, but just behind for a goal kick. That was nearly number 4, Mark. Yeah,
absolutely. Plenty of time and space for Harley to just sort of pick his spot. So he'll be disappointed he didn't get that on target, but it's been a long 3 or 4 minutes for Charlton in this added-on period when the referee signals.
I can't wait for the end. And you look away to our left, Kieran. You could all but count the fans there.
You could now.
Bottom tier.
And what a difference! What a difference this is from when we were here in February.
Yeah. Canos charging down the right-hand side, trying to get past Fox. Linares with the throw. This is halfway inside the Charlton half, with 90 minutes, 4 minutes of time added on here at the end. Here's Kirschbaumer, plays ball across the edge of the box. Vibe, will he go again? Judge, he will. The shot is blocked. And now Goodmanson, it can break down the centre for Charlton. They're looking for a consolation here at the egg. Goodmanson, edge of the box, goes for goal himself, nodding off on it to beat Button. All the interviews and the goals, of course, will be up tomorrow on YouTube, and then the extended highlights tomorrow afternoon. Whilst you're having your roast dinner, hopefully you can enjoy Brentford giving another masterclass here, really, to Charlton.
Yeah, absolutely. Just really, really pleased with what's gone on in the last 3 games.
Judge hurdling a challenge on the far side of Bow. There's 3 men in the box. Judge puts it inside. It's headed away by Naby Sarr, otherwise it would have been 4. Bidwell gets the next ball though, back out to Judge, still men in the box, played across, nearly came to Canos looking for the ball there. Fox just a little bit too strong for him, and then Fox does well to wrap his foot around it and play it upfield, and Yanaris gets his body ahead and plays it all the way back to Button. Button will get there first, comes and clears this goes route fun. This could be a good assist again from Button. It's played up to Canos, it's played back against him by Sarr, but it gratefully drops into the arms of Henderson. Well, you enjoyed your last game as an unmarried Brentford fan?
I think if it's like this as an unmarried man, I think the wedding might be off.
We won't tell the missus to be.
No, but no, it's been a fantastic. I'd say ever since those opening 5 or 10 minutes, it's been all Brentford, and I think 3-0 is a fair reflection of the last 75 minutes of football.
Oh, Canos doing well, wins the. He's trying to win a corner. They've been a little bit cheeky as well. But the Brentford fans, what's nice to see there, Mark, they're bouncing around in the top tier. They've really enjoyed this afternoon, and Brentford fans have had a lot of pain this season.
Yeah, they have. There's been September was a pretty tough month. Fans as well as working at the club. And it's nice to see the smile on all those supporters behind the goal there.
It sets it up nicely for the big derby on Friday. Only 3 points up for grabs, but you can't count the amount of bragging rights there are. Here's Judge, ball into the box, just bypass Vibe. Canos racing out to the far side to close down Solly. Can't play it upfield. We've had 2.5 minutes of time added on. This is going to be another good victory for Brentford, their 3rd in 8 days, to complete a fantastic little spell for Lee Carsley. Excuse me. Ball played down the left channel, just allowed to run behind for a throw-in. One Matthew Benham. That's nice to hear. It's a chant from the Bees fans away to our right as Kirschbaum's working hard. Phil Vibe nearly picked the pocket there of Naby Sarr. And Charlton just cannot wait for the final whistle here. Dean just beaten through a header there. It's now picked up by the young substitute, the 18-year-old Hearn Grant. His left foot comes over to this near side. Nice little back flick there to Conor McAleny. McAleny into the box. Chance here for Charlton, but he tries to beat Button at his near post, and Button was right behind that. And Charlton aren't going to get a goal here this afternoon, after all. McAleny showing what he can do there, though, as Button launches this downfield. Stuart Atwell's had one look at his watch, and he blows for full time now, and it's the boos go around from the Addicts fans, so it's the Bees fans away to our right who are on their feet applauding the Brentford team. We've put in another excellent show here today. Great industry. They've been in control of the game from the 15 minutes onwards, when we carved out chance after chance. It was no surprise when Swift got us ahead, but it took a second goal from Alan Judge just after half time to settle the nerves, and then Brentford took full control of the game, and then just the cherry on the icing on the cake from Lassie Vibe to make it 3-0 in the last 10 minutes. It's been a wonderful performance. It's capped up a wonderful 8 days. The final score here is Charlton 0, Brentford 3.